There we go. All right. You don't have to look at the camera if you don't feel like it. So, I'm just going to talk to you like we're having a regular conversation. But real quick, I'm going to announce what's going on. We got one viewer. Hey, welcome to Miriam's Place. This is its second Tuesday art night, and here at Miriam's, Art is Healing. We're a restorative health center, so mind, body, spirit, all of that can be visited here. Today we have a special guest artist, Sir Tarver is here, and they're going to be sharing their crystals and stones and the sculptures that they create are amazing, and I look forward to sharing them with you. But first, I want Sir to tell you all about their amazing program that they've started here in Colorado, and it sounds like it's going national too, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm from California, so it actually was based in California, and I came out here and started it out here too. So then I started creating virtual offices in other nations. Well,
In other states.
Yeah. So now we're considered basically nationwide. We're almost in. We have offices in about 10 states right now.
Okay. Now, and when did you establish it? What's the name of your foundation, and when did you establish it? Sorry.
Sir Santi Sanctuary. Sorry, I'm epileptic, so the sound is my machine going off, and it is a seizure, but I'm fine.
Okay.
As long as I don't fall, we're good. It's called Sir Santi Sanctuary, and it is a suicide prevention resource aid center. So what we do is our goal is to reach you guys before you hit that point.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're in a space of maybe you're in the need of possibly some funds help, or maybe something with rental assistance, or even just getting housing overall, or just anything, period, even counseling. So we do our best to service with anything that you may need, and then connect you if we don't have the services that you need.
Okay. Now, what made you come up with the idea for this? You had your own personal experience with the systems that exist. Yeah.
So I was homeless. Like I said, I'm from California, so I was homeless on Skid Row, and there was actually an article written about me on Skid Row, and I was the only person that was not an addict, epileptic, and a vegan. So it became a big deal. And how I got down there was a bigger deal, which was I got dropped down there by the hospitals because I had a seizure in one of the offices of where I was getting aid from. And the police came, they called the ambulance, and the police that came down there, it's a very high drug traffic area.
Right,
so a lot of people down there are on drugs, or might be intoxicated or things like that. So they've got substance
abuse problems.
Yeah, so they assume you're under the influence more than they assume that there's actually some
health problem.
Yeah, so the people who called, they told them she's having a seizure. We need to help. We just need you to take them to the hospital or whatever. And they assumed that it was drugs. They're like, no, we've seen this before. This is a lie. I guess they were telling me to get up, and I'm in a seizure.
Right, you can't get up. You can't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. So they're picking me up and dropping me. Like just picking me up and dropping me, thinking that I would, I guess, catch myself.
Right.
But the officer dropped me a bit too far, and I hit my head on the ground, so it made it worse, and they panicked. So they ended up taking me to the hospital.
Right.
But what actually happened was they held me for about, I think, like 2 hours and sent me off on the bus with a bus coin. I just remember being at the place that I usually go to, and it was somewhere else.
Right.
So it was down in Skid Row. They basically made me go down to Skid Row.
Oh my goodness. They didn't try to find out where you really belonged or anything. They just took you there.
Yeah, they're like, this is where you can go. This is basically where all the homeless people are. So we're just going to let you go down here. This is going to take you straight there. So all I did was to go to one of the places. And I was like, I didn't know where I was at, really. I didn't even know my name.
Right.
So it was like really bad. And one of the
So did that bump on your head, did it cause like a little bit of amnesia, some short-term memory issues?
Something like that. My seizures off top make it where I have problems with remembering who I am and things like that sometimes. So I think it just made it a bit worse.
Right.
So they were like, oh my God, how'd you get here? What's going on? And you're supposed to be somewhere else, you know, you're supposed to at least be in the hospital, because I guess it happened not too long prior. So it was not long that everything took place.
Right.
And for me to come back, they're like, you shouldn't even be here.
Right.
So I guess it became, I don't really know exactly everything, because like I said,
right, there's some fog there. Yeah.
Yeah, like a whole fog. All I know is it became a story on LA Times and some other places, and I think it's The Guardian, which is a UK
paper. It's a UK paper.
So it became a big deal, and they wanted to do stuff to help me, and I asked for them instead to help Skid Row. So I was like, if you guys want to use my story, I would like for you guys to help people down there.
Yeah.
Don't just take it and be like, hey, we can help you. I mean,
right. It's not, there's no GoFundMe for you. You want to help other people.
It's not like you guys are actually doing your job. Not like that, but down there, services is really bad. In LA, it's very hard to get actual help.
Right.
So that's what made me even more adamant to make this something that I can do even more with.
Gotcha.
And being
so did some funds from that story, from those stories?
No, I didn't get paid from it at all.
Okay, now, so how did you found this organization?
Oh, on my own.
How did you do it?
It started off as just a Facebook group.
Okay, see that's what we want to know.
Where people could just come talk about whatever they're going through. And even though I was homeless, I would do things. Nobody knew I was homeless, right? So everyone thought I was like just a big time guy or something. Yeah. I really didn't understand, but I used it to help people. Right. So I made them believe like, okay, if you're this cool dude, you're surfing basically, I can help you. Right. You guys need things. I made something called a donation station where literally you donate things or funds or anything like that to the people that are in what's called the Soul Family, the group that started the sanctuary. Okay. And help them with what they need. It's like everyone supports everyone in there. Gotcha. So even though I didn't have, so it's a community type service thing. Yeah. So it's private as well. So it helps it where our members are able to keep themselves safe. Yes. Because we do have a lot of members that are like under domestic violence or have left abusive family members, or even just situations of being around the wrong people and they just want to get away, you know, and they need help with that. So our services are private for those reasons. Let me get through this. And so everything is it, would you say it's anonymous as far as when people come to you? Yes. Okay. Unless the person is willing or wants to give like credit to them, not credit, but you get what I mean. Yep. So that they're a part of the center and a little bit of information. Well, it's kind of like AA. You can tell people that you're an AA, but you can't tell other people are in AA. Exactly. And actually, they don't know each other. Right. So the people in the center don't know who's in the center. Okay. So like you and your family member can be in the center and you guys don't even know you're a part of it. Got it. Well, that's really neat. That's super cool. And what brought you here to Colorado? I actually got abandoned out here. Oh no. Yeah, it's a long. And so you just set roots here, huh? Yeah, I was like, you know, if I'm gonna be out here, I might as well continue what I started. And the center has been around for about 13 years, but it's been certified for 3 now. Okay. As a 501c3. Excellent. Okay, so you created this center, this foundation, the sanctuary, and but one of the ways that you raise money for them is by building these crystal sculptures. Yes. So the creations are ways of getting donations to the families faster than a grant. We do have a way of getting grants and things like that, but like for instance, we have a grant that we've been waiting about almost 4 years on now. And it takes longer than people believe. Right. So I feel like the fastest way. Yeah, money doesn't just pour in. You have to request it, and you have to do all these things to get it. And people feel like, well, you're the center, you should have it. No, it doesn't work. We're non-profit.
Yeah.
If you understood the real terminology of a non-profit,
Yeah, you can't go out and make money.
Exactly, you would understand
Everything
that.
is donated.
Exactly. So I felt like if you're going to donate, you might as well receive something, and something that's not just here. Let me give you a pendant or something that's just pretty, but something that's actually going to do something for you. So my pieces are utilized for healing, and my clients love them, are obsessed with them, and it becomes a bit of a, what is the word I'm looking for? Obsession.
Is that for you as far as when you get to making more people collect them?
Oh, yeah, the collection part is, it's cool. It's just a little bit like, whoa. I have two hands and I'm epileptic.
Right. Can you wait a minute while I
just
fix that?
Patient, because some people do get impatient.
Right.
I don't think people understand how much time it takes to make these things.
Right.
And how much energy when it has actual purpose.
Yeah.
And like I said, I do healing work.
Right. You're not just collecting things and then mass producing things. You're making individual, sometimes customized items.
Majority of the time, actually, I only work with custom. These pieces.
Well, let's talk about some of these pieces. Let's start here with the left hand of manifestation. Let me see if I can get a good picture of that. So, where do the stones come from?
I actually work with geologists that go all over the world and collect them.
Okay.
So they actually come from all over the world, and I know the people personally.
Nice. So, and these are unpolished stones, folks.
Yeah.
These are straight from the ground, from the caves or wherever. And this copper wiring, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this one right here, I really think is cool. And this one you said is scented.
Mm-hmm. If you like, I can help.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. But you guys check this out right here. This rose right here, it's scented. And I really want to show them the chakra chucks.
The chakra chucks, yeah. Those are a favorite for the chakra chucks, and the wands are actually something that a lot of parents get for their disabled children, like people who have autism.
Yeah, as a sensory device.
Yeah. I made it as like a way of like kind of like a fidget.
Yeah.
Which one are you looking at?
Let's look at the spirit rose, just because the concept is, I think it's really cool to have a little glass, dome, and then the stones that are in there. And if you take the lid off, you can actually, it's got a view
and take it off.
Yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah. So you can smell it through the glass.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go. And it just, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The stones there at the base, and then that make the head of the rose. That's super cool. And then the chakra chucks. Now, when you customize them, do you let the people that want them choose the stone maybe by what they want the stones imbued with? So if they're looking for a particular kind of energy, like comfort or peace or something like that?
Yeah, but I'm a bit more detailed or specific. So with my way of healing, I'm a reader. I don't use cards or anything like that. So when I do give people readings, I go by like what's deep. I get kind of deep. So we go way back to where things started, not just right now I'm depressed. Well, what made you depressed?
Right.
Where did your depression start? Well, last week, no, the first time you ever got depressed. We need to start there.
Right.
So because that's what's stemming everything else. That's what started depression. So to get rid of depression, you have to go to where it came from.
Right. To the beginning of the story.
Right. So the pieces, I'm kind of like, okay, people are more like, I like amethyst because it's for your third eye. And the pieces work differently for every person.
Gotcha.
So because citrine is made for money, doesn't mean it's going to bring you money.
Right.
It can bring other things for you that it doesn't bring for the next person. So that's what makes it a big difference. And that's what makes it where I'm like, don't just go off of what you like or what you hear or just what you're feeling.
Mhm.
We got to go deep in, and then you get what you need.
Find out
from
what you
there.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
So show us these.
So these are the chakra chucks. Think of like nunchucks, basically, is the concept. And they come in tons of different sizes. This is strawberry agate, and then this is ruby zoisite.
Oh, nice. And you can just kind of rock them back and forth in your hand.
You can
If you were like
around.
talented, which I am not, you could
Well,
twirl it, I imagine.
Yeah, you can do things like this.
There you go.
Whatever, make it a game, whatever.
Right.
And as you can see, I'm clumsy. I'm left-handed. So everything is, and because people give them to their kids.
Yeah, you gotta
I
be
do
super
make
careful.
sure that it is wrapped to where the crystals won't break.
Right, they won't fall out or fly out.
Yeah. So if you go and your kid, like you have a kid that's what is it,
Asperger's.
I have a client that has a son like that, and she gets him these, but he has how to try to hit people.
Yeah.
So she taught him, I was like, please, if you get them, do not let them use them as a weapon.
Right.
Because that's their favorite thing to do, because it swings. And it's
right. They're playing. They don't really get it.
Yeah, they don't understand like it's gonna hurt someone. So she, I guess she has in his room a little spot on the wall because he likes to.
Oh, so he can use that as a target.
Yeah, so he uses the wall, and the crystals are fine.
Yeah.
So she bought that maybe 6 years ago, and it still looks brand new.
Nice. Oh, hold on 1 second. We got lots of spongy things.
Oh, it's fun.
All right, this is Sir's work. All right, so show me. That's all right. Show me the wands, and then we'll look at this big scepter one.
So the wands also come in different sizes. They can go from finger, I call them finger wands, to the scepters, and then bigger than that.
You have bigger than that?
Yeah. Everything.
I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. You'll see.
Yeah, everything goes so fast.
That's really cool. What kind of? What's that?
Oh, this is like one of the holy polished pieces. This is citrine.
Okay.
And this is lithium quartz.
Okay.
It's actually pink lithium, so inside it's a little pink hue.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it if you get a good deep look.
So it's think of it like there's a little bit of amethyst in there, but it's not amethyst. It's actually another mineral inside the lithium that gives it the little pink opal hue.
Okay. That's super cool. And then this little one, a smaller one. This isn't the smallest. They get something like that.
They can get even smaller than that. The smallest one I've made is about that big.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what kind of stone is that?
This is Singapore demordiorite, and this is black tourmaline.
Okay. Nice. And you do rings as well. And because Sir does these by hand, nothing, no two items are exactly alike, no matter how many you come across.
Yes. No matter how many wands you get, they'll never look the same, including the way the wire wraps.
Right.
Because each crystal is different, and the wire is wrapped through the energy of the crystals. So I'm not just making a bunch of swirls.
Right.
It's actually a flow so that they can balance. So if you look at the chakra chucks, two sides look different.
Yeah.
Each piece looks different because that's the way the energy goes through and connects to each piece.
Got it.
And gives it back out.
All right, let's look at this baby right here. All right, this scepter. Okay. Now this is a wand, but see how big it is, and that you definitely don't want to give a kid that. But there's shells in here.
Yes, there are shells.
Nice. Okay.
Or cowling stones. Is as heavy as it looks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we won't say what herbs is in there. It's a secret. We'll just leave it as a secret.
We'll just leave it as a secret. But like this is like awesome. Now what's that?
This is black shungite.
Shungite, and this is
Behind amethyst.
okay.
And then there's red ruby, kyanite, pink tourmaline, and another piece of the demorite.
Nice. That's super cool. And you say you make them bigger than this. What's the
Yeah.
biggest wand or scepter that you've ever done?
Probably the size of half my body.
Really?
Yeah.
Almost like a staff.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't had someone want a staff, but they're like, this is enough. This is enough right here.
Right?
So when I get someone to order a staff, I will definitely. Or I might be making one soon as a collection.
There you go. All right, now we've got another case over here. All right. And these are way more intricate pieces here.
Yeah. So this is what I call the drip collection, these 3 pieces. The moon, the heart, and the star. And then the ones beneath, she didn't, these are called Harmony of the Soul.
Okay, those look like the treble clefs.
Yeah, they are. So this is doubles. All of my pieces are double-sided.
Oh, wow.
And if you look, there's like a double heart.
Oh, yeah.
Inside of there.
Mm-hmm. And then you turn it around. And there's shapes in there too. The hearts there, hearts there. That's really super cool. And is that the moon?
Yeah, they have about 8 crystals.
Okay.
And all of them, except for
And the teeny tiny ones.
And all of them are all crystals.
Okay. That's super cool. Now, what's the back look like? Oh, it kind of looks almost like leaves. That's really, and you do all this by yourself, by your hand?
Yeah. I don't use any like special tools or anything. The most is like pliers.
Gotcha. That's super cool though. All right. I can't figure out what that one is.
Oh, it's a star.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the stars.
Oh, okay.
Melting.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a clue, but I wasn't sure. All right. Now, what kind of stones in there?
This is aquamarine, and this is I can't think of it. It just left. Yeah, damperite. There we go.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then this is the other side.
That's so nice. Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
And then this one is double-sided with crystals. So it has 8 crystals, 4 on the front.
Okay.
And then 4 in the back.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I wasn't able to stand it up, so I'm like,
lay it out. That's totally cool.
And there's this one.
Oh, wow. I'm like a little twirls in there. What kind of stone is that?
It looks like a treble clef.
Yeah, they are.
I did see from here.
What kind of stone crystal is that?
This is rhodochrosite. I have a hard time. Rhodochrosite.
Rhodochrosite.
Yeah, and then this is tourmaline.
I don't think I've ever seen a stone like that before. Looks a little bit like salami.
Yeah, you know what? How do you say that? Yeah.
I eat a lot of pizza. So. But that's pretty. I like the colors.
And then we have the intention dolls.
All right. Now the intention dolls. What is the motivation behind those? Okay.
So, I know everyone is seeing the cycles of life that we're going through right now. Right. So a lot of people I know a lot of people don't believe in the spiritual thing, but there's no way of fighting what you see.
Right.
We're in like a 3-year season. So this I made a couple of years ago as the first year of the season, which is intentions. So everything that we intend to do, tend to be, tend to feel, it was needed to be taken care of in the first year, kind of like doing your shadow work.
Right.
If you didn't do what you intended to do or put it in there, then you kind of messed yourself up.
Right, now you got to start again.
Yeah.
got to go back to the beginning.
Exactly. So,
and is that sort of more or less part of that motivation? In other words, the doll helps remind you of your intention?
Yes, it helps bring better intentions to you too.
Gotcha.
So, like, say you're down the wrong path, we'll put it that way, and you want to do better, but you have no idea where to start. But those intentions are within you. That person is in you. You just don't know how to bring it out.
Right.
These
The
help you
dolls
with
help.
that.
All right.
And then there's this one.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, what's that?
This is gold pyrite.
Pyrite. That's really pretty. It's kind of got like a crystal reflection in there.
I can't look at it.
Gotcha.
That's the other thing. When I make pieces, it does cause me to have seizures.
Oh, right, because the light reflecting in them.
So that does affect how long I do make things.
Okay, and what's that? Is that the
Citrine? Raw citrine. So it looks a little different from what people are used to.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I rather work with raw pieces because it's harder to imitate.
Right.
A lot of people get a lot of fake crystals and don't realize because they're so cheap.
Right. Somebody can make them in a microwave.
Yeah, that's why they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Like if it's something that you can get for $5-10,
then it's not.
Yeah, unless it's something that someone is like, here, it's fine. Like we have pieces that are up for donation, like this piece and stuff, and they're considered up for a cheap donation for the type of crystals that they are. But it goes to people, so that's not about the money.
Right.
It's about the help that it gives.
Well, I mean, to me, the way you were describing it earlier, it's like the equivalent of when you donate money to the AARP and they send you a little sheet of stickers for your postal mail. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's going to sit in a drawer for a bit, but that I'm going to put on my mantle and show my friends. Yeah.
You're going to always look at it and be like, I help someone.
Yeah.
You know, if you get one of these, they're a little pricey, but it's
worth it. It's for a good cause.
You get it and you look at it, you're like, I saved 4 families.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, do you have a breakdown of, like, for instance, if someone was to purchase the Drip and Love, how many families could that help?
Oh, so each piece is connected to a specific family. Some of them are like, okay, say some of the families are having trouble with paying their rent.
Right.
And they need like $2,000 for their rent. I make a piece that is equivalent or a group of pieces that are equivalent and it's donated to that family. So say this one, I believe, helps 2 families. This one helps 1 and this one helps 1. This one has, I believe, 3, the treble clef. This one helps 2, and each of these help 1 family.
Okay. And if people want to get their hands on these pieces or get connected with you, if you visit Miriam's, there's a QR code inside the box with the pieces you might be interested in, and you can connect to the website and make your donation.
And then there's
business cards too.
Yeah, and they're double-sided, so you can get to both sides.
All right. So, like I always say, you cannot the camera, because I'm just a regular Joe. The camera is not doing this any justice. You really need to come to Miriam's to check these pieces out. And if you want to engage with the sanctuary, you can sign up for membership. You can get in touch with Sir, learn more about the foundation. And if you're just interested in getting a stone or a crystal, you can come and offer donations. There's a QR code down here, so you can use that. And so these stones here are offered for donation if you're interested in taking one of those home. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Tell us out loud how people can reach you.
Well, you guys can connect with us on Facebook through Sir Santi Sanctuary, or you can connect with us online at Sir Santi.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. The exhibit will be here through the end of the month of July, so there's plenty of time for you to come in and join us. But you know what? It's still early on a Tuesday night, so there's still plenty of time for you to come and join us for some free food, for some libations. Come meet the artist in person. Come hang out with us and get to know her. And without further ado, I say thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And we'll see you at Miriam's place. Hopefully, if not today, we'll see you next month on Tuesday. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, sir.